How's it going, everyone? My name is Ariel, and today we are taking a look at the newest UX release. This is UX-14 Scorpio Spear. This is an exciting release because this bay has been all over the internet right now, purely because of the weight of the blade and the gimmick. But we'll get into that in a second. Here's the packaging, regular UX-14 package, showing, here's the name, Scorpio Spear 070Z. And this is the first Zero ratchet that I own. The first one originally came on Go Circle, that was 080, but I don't have that one. So it'll be interesting to check out the Zero ratchets for myself. And this is a starter pack, but this is an exciting one because, as you can see, the launcher that this comes with has the longer ripcord from the Hold launcher, the launcher that came with Samurai Saber, in this bright yellow color to match the bay. So I can't wait to get into that. And to take a look at the back, you can see this is a right spin balance type. Here's the owner of it. I don't remember his name, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it right now, but look on this side, it shows the gimmick of the bit. So it locks onto the extreme line, and the stem of the bit is going to turn the plastic of the blade, which is going to change the modes. Here's defense mode and then attack mode for more recoil. So this is going to be the first blade that basically works with the bit to change modes during battle, which is going to be really interesting. Here's the list of the parts. Again, the blade, 070. And Z, which stands for Zap, basically a wider version of Point, which also has more gears, similar to XL from Buster. It is a balance type bit. Down here it shows the difference of the length of the ripcord to the standard one. So it is a little bit longer to get more rotation to the last second, which is really nice because a lot of people have been using the original green one from the Samurai Saber Hold launcher in regular winder launches as well. A lot of people use this longer ripcord in competitive, so it's always nice to have another one. There is the black one from the Xeno Excalibur crossover project as well. I don't plan on picking that one up personally, but if somebody sells the launcher separately, I might just get that. So without further ado, let's finally rip into this, see what this is all about. I'm once again joined by my trusty scissors. They can be very careful not to rip the box. There we go. And just slide it out. There's quite a bit of stuff, so it might get stuck on the way out, but there we go. Putting that in the background for now. And here is everything packaged together. The longer ripcord is a very nice addition. And look at the yellow prongs of the launcher as well. Gives a lot of desert vibes. You know, this is a Scorpion after all. Alright, I will be right back. Alright, everything is now out of the package. First thing I want to take a look at is the launcher and the ripcord. So this is longer than the standard ripcord, and it's going to go in kind of like this. The orientation of the handle is going to be more similar to a string launcher. I love the gold lettering on the launcher as well. I don't know if you can see it that well. It is more of a yellow instead of white letters. So the black and yellow is very nice. Again, it gives desert vibes because it is a Scorpion. But this is going to be, yeah, just like kind of like if you're used to using a string launcher, then I mean I am So I am used to using string launchers, and the whole launcher is kind of awkward for me. But I'm thinking like on a regular ripcord, it might be better instead of the whole launcher. It's not super smooth right now. I'm guessing it'll get a little bit better the more I use it, but we'll test that out in battle later. So the first part, we're going to take a look at the bit. This is Z or Zap. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Again, this is basically to point what Excel is to flat. This is wider and it has 16 gears. So more gears to catch onto the extreme line, which is pretty much the whole point of this bay because the gimmick has to do with the extreme line. Good burst resistance because this is a balance type bit, similar to regular point as well. So it's basically the same shape as point. Actually, let me pull up my point real quick just to compare. So here I have regular point to compare it with Zap, and yeah, it's basically the same shape in the middle, just wider. And with more gears as well. So it is pretty much the upgrade to point. So I'm very excited to see how this is going to do in battle. I haven't watched a whole lot of videos on this bay, so I wanted to kind of keep all my first impressions to my unboxing. You know, just to keep the influence to a minimum. And here is the Zero ratchet. This is 070 as opposed to the 080 that comes with Ghost Circle. This is a black and like blood red color, very dark. Is this black? No, this is very like dark blue. So very, very dark colors, but it is blue and red. Kind of basically the same colors as the 260 that comes on Cobalt Dragoon, but much darker, at least for the blue, and a little bit darker for the red. So it does have the 3 protrusions here, which on the original 80 height made it kind of burst prone from what I heard. Again, I never had this myself, so I couldn't really tell you from first-hand experience, but based on what people say, 080 wasn't that great. People did use it on certain combos, but it did have its issues as well. Hopefully the 70 height kind of fixes that. That's all I pretty much have to say about this. Can't wait to try it out as well. This is a new part for me, like I said. But the main part of this release is going to be the blade. This is Scorpio Spear. So, as you can see, it has this plastic piece that kind of moves back and forth. And that's going to happen automatically during battle. This is going to be the attack mode. And here's the defense mode. You can see the underside here. This is how it moves. Very simple. This is what I kind of like about Beyblade X. Like, the gimmicks are very simple. Like, you can see how they work, but they are effective. So it has like this 3-sided shape here in attack mode. Let me see if I can... So yeah, the plastic of the inside, like the launcher, where the launcher prongs are, it does have a glittery effect, which again kind of makes it look like sand, which gives a very deserty vibe. I really like that detail. And the purple with the yellow in the gear chip design is also very nice. I don't know if I'm holding this upside down, if it's supposed to be like that. I actually don't know, based on the box, I'm guessing it's this one. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like that. But the main talking point when it comes to this blade has been the weight. This is the heaviest blade in the game so far. We've seen a lot of them on average about 39.5 grams. Some have gone over 40 grams, which is a first for Beyblade X. So I'm going to go ahead and weigh this bad boy really quickly before I put it together, so we can see if I get lucky or not with the weight here. So yeah, you can see the 0. So let's see what we have. 39.73. Now if you could see that very well in the camera, it's a 39.73. So it doesn't quite break 40, but this is now the heaviest blade I own. For reference, I'm going to go ahead and put Impact Drake, which up until now was the heaviest. And that comes out to 38.81. So it's almost a full gram difference, 39.4. Yeah, it's almost a full gram difference between the two, which is just insane. I don't know exactly how good Scorpio is going to be, but I guess that's for us to figure out. Let's put it together. And here's the full combo. Scorpio Spear, 070 Zap. Twisting the bit, you can see the gimmick working there. I love how the entire Beyblade community also immediately wondered what would happen if we put this with Transpoint to change not only the mode but also the height during battle, which I will be testing myself off screen in my own time, just out of curiosity. But let's go ahead and do some test battles and test launches. I will be using the new launcher as well. Alright, let's do some test launches with it real quick. I did put the launcher onto a grip. So let's see. Interesting. So if you have it in attack mode, the launcher hooks aren't going to grip onto it. You put it like that, then it'll latch on. Interesting. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Very aggressive. It catches the extreme line pretty well though, which I'm happy about. I'm gonna wait until it stops spinning to see what mode it ended up on, because it has to start out in defense mode, or else it's just not gonna latch onto the launcher hooks. It's hard to tell what mode it's in during battle, at least right now for me. But yeah, it is in attack mode now, you can see. So it did end up switching. Probably switched more than once too, because it extreme dashed a lot. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put it up against a couple of my favorite bays, in stock combos of course. Impact Drake, Golem Rock, and Silver Wolf. Starting with Impact Drake. Actually, we'll start with Silver Wolf to see its attack power. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Oh, I forgot to switch Scorpio's mode. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Jumping around quite a bit. It's kind of concerning. And Silver Wolf takes it with a spin finish. Just going to do one round each. And Scorpio did end up on attack mode again. So it's good to know that the gimmick works. Going up against Golem Rock. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Let's try a slight angle. Jeez. Alright. Golem is still a sturdy counter-attacker. So that's a burst finish for Golem. And last but not least, let's put it up against Impact Drake. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Okay, that was my fault. Oh, came back. Oh, okay. But it kind of burst. I'm going to do that one again. Alright, let's do that one again, but that was insane. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh, big hits. Alright, finally a W for Scorpio. With a spin finish, but that's fine. We're going to be doing a lot more battles with this guy in the near future. But for now, that's going to be it for the unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later, Bladers.